What's going on, baby boy?
What's up, buddy boy?
Uh,
I'm
dude, how you doing, man?
I'm alive and living, man, running the race. What's going on, man?
Just running and gunning, huh? Yeah.
24/7, 365.
Oh yeah, dude. Got Jimmy Johnson on the ones and twos, man. It's been a long time. Uh, you've been a real good friend of mine, dude. And I think that we could have. I think our conversations should always be recorded because as far and weird as they're going to go. So if the listeners out there, if you're looking for a if you're looking for a episode that you're gonna get some uh super interesting, super informative, scientific reasoning and laws and all this isn't going to be the podcast. I don't know where this episode's going to go. uh I'm like
Off the
super
rails,
excited, dude. Off the rails, dude. That's why I might call it, dude. Off the rails, dude.
off the
uh
rail.
i'm I'm getting a little hot and sweaty here, man. um, I know it's going to be a good one, man. You know what I mean? So, without further ado, uh, Jimmy Johnson, can you introduce yourself? Do tell us where it all began?
All right. Hi, everybody. I'm Jimmy. I was born in Plano, Texas, to Chuck Johnson and Virginia Johnson. I'm the second
Hey, Virginia. Hey, Virginia. How you doing?
good old Mama V.
Yeah,
I'm the second of four boys. There's Cody in front of me, and then there's Charlie after me, and then John is the baby boy. And I have two half sisters from one from my mother, one from my father, Kathy and Heather. I want to let all of you guys know if you see this, I love you very much, every day, always. Um, yeah, I grew up, man. My parents got separated pretty early. Primarily grew up in Texas. Spent my formative years in Texas.
I'm sorry for that, bro.
Graduated. Hey, I
you
don't
know,
choose. I don't choose where I was born. I just live the life I live and float on.
amen.
Um, yeah, I just grew up in Texas. Just did, football, love video games, love music, love just life. And I love a lot of crazy shit, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Um, a lot of the sci-fi, supernatural, aliens, because they're real. Uh, but no, after high school, man, was putting boxes in the back of UPS trucks and just was hating life, man. I was bouncing around, living with my cousin, and I love you, Chris, as well. If you ever see this, uh, big brother, father type figure, man, help me really kind of helped form me and make me a man. Um,
I thought that was my
and
job, bro.
one night, man, I was sitting on the front porch. We were, me and my brother and two of our friends, and we were passing a blunt around, and my brother went inside real quick, and the two guys, Ryan and Taylor, they were like, "Hey, man, we went down to the recruiter's office for the Marine Corps, and we're thinking we're gonna do this thing." And we were wondering if you wanted to come down there with us. I just literally just graduated high school, and the two of them had they were older, but they had messed around a little bit. So they were back a grade. They were graduating with me. And I was like, I'll give it a try. And so I went down there with them, and I talked to this guy, a staff sergeant. I can't remember his name, but I ended up having two. The other one, Sergeant Mankus, I still talk to him today, dude. He's
No
there.
way.
Sergeant Mankus, yeah, dude, he's a good guy, man. He's a really good guy. He's always been very nice to me, and always been very warm. But yeah, I went down to the recruiting office, and this was like peak, you know, or maybe not peak, kind of towards the back of the peak of the Iraq War. Um, I
Uh,
watched it all
uh,
unfold.
uh,
9/11, 9/11. I was sitting in detention, and my English teacher had the radio on, and the plane hit the tower, and yeah, now I remember all that all unfolded, and that was crazy. And everything, the invasion of Afghanistan. But anyways, yeah, just met with the recruiter, and then I went back, and I met with him a few more times, and I did not tell my mother. And then I think after seeing him 3 times, um, I had finally made up my mind that I was going to do it. I just felt at the time that I was just unhappy. I needed something drastic to change my life. So I'd gone down a few times, talked with the recruiter, and made up my mind that I was gonna join. And then, yeah, I sat down with my mom and I told her, and she was pretty upset and kind of begged me not to do it. And I just had already made it up in my mind that that's what I wanted to do. And at that point, I just had to do it. So I left in October, or no, November of 2006, and then had graduated in February of 2007. Went through all the training. um, Eventually, made it up to Bangor, and through Bangor is where I met up with you. I believe I was a class in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
I was the one class ahead of you, but we both went to second platoon, the best platoon, hands down. We ran, um, and we had the most fun, dude. God damn, did we have so much freaking fun, man. Uh, um, and
Dude,
yeah, dude.
dude, why do you think that you felt like you had to join the Marine Corps?
Uh, dude, because I mean,
Because hindsight's always 2020,
people
right?
won't
But
be
like,
surprised, but I mean, dude, I was kind of a punk ass kid growing up. I was a goth kid in middle school. Um,
I need to know, bro. Did you paint your fingernails?
no, no, I think maybe like once or twice, but I'm not really, never have really been into that stuff. I wore those bracelets, and dude, it was
Hot
so
topic,
funny.
hot topic. The
Dude,
ones from
yeah, the from my topic, and dude, we did this thing. There was me, my buddy Reagan, and Joey Marshall, and dude, we would put electrical tape around our wrists, and we would make our own wristbands with electrical tape. And we got pulled into the principal's office by the custodian, like the janitor of the school. And he gave this big spiel about, yeah, the three of them are doing this. And then the principal was like, this is some cult activity that you guys are displaying. Yeah. He's like, by putting some electrical tape on our wrists, he's like, this is some cult like activity that you three are displaying. You need to cut that off your wrists and never do it again. It's like, all right, dude. All right. We'll cut the electrical tape off our wrists. But yeah, spike tear, all that. But
no way.
I drifted along, and I needed I just thrive with order and having structure. And so like when I got out of middle school and went into high school, I signed up to play football, and that like changed my whole life around because I had something to do, every day. I had to, I was in the program. I'd lift weights, go after school to practice, and I did it all 4 years. And then after that, it's like I was just drifting along after I graduated high school, and I don't know. I mean, maybe I just wasn't, in a sense, happy because I just didn't know what I was going to do. And so when the opportunity came, and I went down and talked to the recruiter, and he told me about this and that and what I could do, and of the choices, and I chose what I wanted, and just off I went, man. So
So growing up, did any of your family members serve?
yes, my mother and my father. My father was
No
they were both in the
way.
army. Yep, they were both in the army. My mother was a reservist, was a dental technician or whatever, and my dad was in for like 22, 23 years. He was a sergeant first class Johnson. Um, he did a whole bunch of. He was a vet tech, a food inspector. Did 2 tours of Vietnam, and did a whole bunch of. Later on down the line, did computer stuff, and for a reserve training program. And Um, and then I had an uncle that was in the Navy. Just yeah,
That's what's up,
that's
dude. So,
family. Oh, and
so
man, oh, sorry, man, I can't even forget, dude. My both of my grandfathers, dude. My dad's father, my granddaddy, dude. He was in for almost 30 years, I think. He was in Korea and I don't know what else, but dude, he was a Navy. He got out as I think as a Master Chief when by the time he was done. And then my mom's father, my grandpa, he fought in World War II. I think he was a combat engineer. I can't remember what unit he was with, but yeah, both of them served as well. So got got deep family ties going back. So
hell yeah, man.
I'm glad I could do my part, man. I was part of the generation, like I said before, I was part of the generation. Dude, I watched 9/11 happen.
Do you think that
Everything.
did that affect you to join?
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure. I mean, I saw, what I from the way I interpreted it all at such a young age was, that was an attack, and I just watched the war unfold after that, and God, but that was a little bit of my wanting to join. But I mean, there's a bunch of factors that go into wanting to join and sign up. But part of it was desperation. I was stuck.
For sure.
So, but I mean, joining and doing what I did, dude. It's benefited me very well since. I do everything I do has a plan. So, well, somewhat. So
I was about to say, like, okay, buddy.
I just float, I float by, man. You go through good times, you go through bad times, and uh, yeah, my service and my time there with you, uh, a lot of the guys, that was a good time, man. And then after that, I went down to, Pendleton, was with 1-1 for about a year, and then I got a chance to go over to Regiment. um, yeah, I know, man. Sometimes regret because I had the choice. I could have gone on East Coast. I could have gone
You were
West
the only
Coast.
one. You were the only one
I,
that had the choice.
I know. Well, no, it was me, Weems.
Weems, yep.
There was only us like, like why me, man? Like
You were, yeah,
why me?
yeah, yeah. Yeah, it was weird, dude. Like, why? Because was Weems an 11 too?
No, I believe he was a mortarman.
Yeah, maybe. I don't think he was
I
an
think he was
11.
more. I'm just an 03. I was an 0311, man. I wasn't
Hell
nothing.
yeah.
Yeah, just a fucking. Yeah, right.
Crunchy, dog. Crunchy.
Sure.
But that's cool, man. So do you think that do you think that you were groomed in a way to join with your family and then
Um.
or you just think that hey man, dude, I needed an escape, I needed to get out of here, dude, and I needed to do
Yeah,
something.
because I mean, I don't know, because I had actually
Or did
like
you
throughout
watch
my
that moto video from
which
Cedar?
one? Get out of my way! Freaking breaking indoors and no, but everybody watches that stuff like 5 million times in boot camp. So,
Yeah.
but hey, respect to those dudes, man. Those guys, the original Iraq guys, man.
Gangsters,
That,
dude.
that for sure, dude, for sure.
Dude, what a dude, when I remember that video a lot, and I remember Black Hawk Down and 9/11. I was just like, we're gonna get it. We're gonna get it. Yeah, dude. But dude, I was with you too, dude. I mean, like, nothing was going down. I didn't want to go to college. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
dude. I mean,
I tried to enroll, dude, and I was just like, this is no.
yeah. I mean,
I'm out of here.
it was honestly never it never was an option for me. I mean, I took advantage of it, after I got out. I got my degree, um, but before it was like I graduated high school, and like I said, immediately my mom moved up. My mom actually, I graduated. My mom waited for me to graduate, and then my mom moved up to New York to take care of my grandparents. This was when my grandparents were super sick but old, and they needed a caretaker. So she took my two youngest brothers, and me and my oldest brother stayed back in Texas. And I moved in with my cousin, and I was working UPS, and I was just a punk
Oh,
shithead.
wait a minute,
Like, no,
wait a minute,
really,
wait a minute, wait a minute,
I
wait a minute.
no respect, no respect. 18 years old, and like, I just didn't have the mindset for, you know, my cousin brought me on board at UPS, and you know, oh, you're going to be a loader, and it's a 53-foot trailer, and you got to stack boxes from the bottom of the trailer to the top of the can, from front all the way to back, and you got to
In the
do it in a
Texas
time
heat, in the
in the
Texas
Texas,
heat.
yeah, in the Texas heat, while the packages are coming, and you got to meet like a timeline. And like, dude, I had no at that time, man. I was so like fresh, and never. I had a pun. I
You were a
worked at
kid.
like,
You were a kid.
yeah, I was just a kid, man, and um, yeah, I don't know, man, just
Dude,
get
so
eaten
okay,
up.
okay, man, dude. So you're there, right? You're there on the yellow footprints, right? Paris, you didn't go to Paris Island. You went to
No, I
San
went
Diego.
to San Diego, man. Hollywood Marine. Hey. On the so the yellow footprints, man. Uh, yeah, so I started early in the morning because I was in Dallas. So I we caught like a 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning, and we had a layover somewhere, and it was like a ridiculously long time, like hours. And I just left in my jeans, my t-shirt, my tennis shoes, nothing on me, just my ID. Uh, like I said, huge layover. I can't remember where. And then we finally jump on the plane, and we get into San Diego, and it's like late, and there's the kids that had just graduated, and they're about to fly out to go somewhere else, and they're like, oh dude, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do this, and you're just like, eating it, sucking it all up, man, like, oh shit. And then you go down in that little lounge area, there's guys playing pool, and I'm like looking around here, dude. My stomach's all, like I'm just like, oh my god, oh, and I'm looking around, and time's going by, and I think we sat down there, I think for like 2 hours, something like that. It ended up being late as shit, and I remember I had just made my 50,000th walk across, not talking to anybody, nothing. And I go and stand up against this wall, and then this little freaking the doors slide open, and in comes this like 5 foot one tiny small jack white guy, and he's like, yeah, right now, and start screaming. I'm just like, whoa. Oh, and so I'm right there, and I go and uh file through, get on the bus, dude. And I ended up being one of the ones that all the seats got crammed, so I had to sit down on the floor, nut to butt. And dude, uh, I have such weak ass legs, man, that every time I sit Indian style, dude, within 2 minutes, my legs are numb and asleep. So I'm on the bus, and I'm crammed in between these two people, and I'm just like, what? And they tell you like, put your head down, don't pay attention. And I'm like just wiggling my feet, trying to keep them awake. And then we make it there, and get out, and they're screaming. They do that whole presentation, and before you walk through the door, there's a video now I see, and I watch it back from time to time, and it's just crazy. But they give you that presentation, and they're like, you see this hatch right here, it's like, what, you will walk through this hatch one time and one time only. And bam, bam baby, you cross through those thresholds, and you go into the barber shop, and bang 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 bang, and they just claw through your head, and you just you just get after it, man.
Dude,
You
why
just
the
get
Marine Corps though?
why not the Marine Corps, man?
That's what
Why
I'm
not?
fucking talking
Why
about,
not?
baby.
Why not the Marine Corps, man? Dude, that's the same thing, dude. The because my mom was like, no, just don't, none of it, don't go fight. You know, that was her thing. She's like, don't go fight somebody else's war. And you know, dude, I was dude, Generation Kill, man. Like my dad showed me that as like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, once a year, every year, you know, visiting with him. You watch Generation Kill, you watch Braveheart, you watch this and that. It's like, I guess maybe I was in a way indoctrinated. And dude, like Lonesome Dove and all the other, you know, World War II movies growing up as kids, you know, we watched them all, man. So, but then, you know, I'm talking to my dad about it. He's like, you should join the Air Force. You can do a computer job. And when you get out, you can actually have a skill instead of joining and going and fighting. And then you get out and you have nothing to fall back on. And it's like, sorry, old man, I'm doing this. I'm doing this.
My dad said
So,
the same thing, dude. Dude, my dad was just like, join join the Navy, join the Air Force, and like,
yeah.
anything but the Marines, you know. And I was like, nah,
And,
nah.
you know, and part of it is like, dude, it's a test to yourself, man. Like it is a test. Because, I mean, if you make it and you know that you made it, like it feels earned. Because I'll tell you what, man, I got a little story I'll share for you. Dude, so to my right on graduation day, dude, was a kid that by any means should probably not have made it. So because the kid couldn't even do the 3 pull-ups, but somehow, you know, made it in. Yeah. And dude, I remember on graduation day, they were coming down the line, dude, and the drill instructor, boom, pops and turns and faces and turns in front of him and straight up tells him, he's like, I don't feel like you deserve this. And I don't want to give you this, but I have to give you this. And dude, he just tossed it at the kid, and the kid like catches it, and then they freaking boom, they turn, and then he steps in front of you, and he's just like boom, boom, you get it, and it's like, and you're just like, that's a thing inside your head that you like will you just remember forever. And I don't know, man. I'm just proud, dude. I'm proud. Like the Marine Corps, like provided balance. It provided stability. It taught me this and that, and um. But there's good. There's also bads. I mean, there's some of the things they teach you are almost irreversible inside of my head now.
Like
So,
what? Like what type of
um,
thing?
like the just put like work, like your mission comes before a lot of everything else. So like
Yeah,
nowadays the mission is, well, obviously it's my work, it's my job. And so I dive, and I care about my job, and sometimes I care about that more than other things, and I prioritize, and you just there's just stuff like that, and just I don't know. It's just all situational stuff.
yeah, for sure. I think that like for me, dude, like there was so when I got picked up out of that bus to head to boot camp, I remember last name's Torres, dude. So I'm in the very back, and I'm like, my head's down, dude, and I start giggling because like I'm like, dude, I'm so excited, dude. I'm like, let's fucking go, baby,
Yeah,
boy. You know
not
what I mean?
me.
Because you don't know what's on the other side. You're just like, oh my god, it's exciting. And then, like I remember being, we got there early, so we got there like on a Tuesday or whatever. So we had like a couple days of just like lounging. We had received and all that stuff. We were waiting for the rest of our platoon to build. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And then like that weekend when we got picked up, we were on Friday. Like by
Black
Sunday,
Friday.
dude. Yeah, dude.
Black
By
Friday.
like Sunday, I was like, "What did I do? This is so
Yeah, dude.
stupid."
Yeah,
But then I remember like legitimately being like, bro, I'm already a Marine. There's no question if I'm gonna make it or not. Like they're not gonna kick me out. Like they're not. They need me,
Yeah.
and like I'm built for this. I can do this. I can. This isn't that bad. And then that was just it. It was over. So when I got my Eagle Globe and Anchor, I was just like, there was, I mean, I already had it in my mind. I mean, I already had it. It wasn't like there was no question if I was gonna make it or not. You know what I mean?
I've,
But
oh, sorry.
no, no, go ahead.
I was extremely lucky and extremely blessed because, dude, when I made it to the fleet, my senior drill instructor was a platoon sergeant in 1-1. So you think we leave Bangor, and I go down to 1-1. I check in, and the very first time that we have uh platoon PT that first Monday morning coming back from the weekend, dude, there comes my fucking senior drill instructor in the next platoon. And dude, I remember I just walked up to him, and I remember he looked me up and down, and before I could even say a word to him, and dude, he was this humongous African American French guy. Uh, at this point, he was Staff Sergeant Lachard, and he looks me up and down and he goes, "Let me guess, I was your senior drill instructor." And I was like, "Yes, Staff Sergeant." And dude, after that, and he actually, I think he went on to remember who I was actually, and every time I see him, every time we see him, I would talk to him, dude, and when we would pass by, I'd always be respectful, and he would just ask me how my life was and how it was going, and like I got to see him for the next 2+ years, and then I come back, and right before I got out, he had picked up Gunny and was doing other stuff. I think I can't remember. I don't know, he was doing something, but I got to see him one last time right before I got out, and I would love to talk. Dude, I would love to talk to him now, but yeah, man, just blessed, man, just
For sure,
blessed.
for sure,
I
man.
mean,
What do you All right, man, dude. So you did your boot camp thing. Did you get hazed a little bit? You freaking go down in the sand pits. Then you go to SOI,
yep,
right? And then you go to Bangor,
dude, yeah, and
or you go to
SOI, man,
or you go to
yeah, SOI,
BSG, and then you go to Bangor. Then you go to
yep,
Bangor.
yep.
And what did you, if you had to say, because from what I remember, man, and like I've always thought this of you, man. Like you've always been like a leader. You know what I mean? You've always been somebody that's reliable, dependable, loyal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Consistent. You know what I mean? And w- when did you realize that, like, yo, man, like I can do this, man? Like I'm the real deal. Like I can be a leader. I can be a force multiplier. You know what I mean?
Um,
Or do you feel like, dude, like you just got it, man? You were just like, you knew your place, and
well, obvious, I there's different leadership styles. There's some that I liked, and there's some that I didn't like, and you know, I mean, and even like looking back at myself as a leader, dude, there's like times and situations, when, dude, I know that I was absolutely just terrible as a human being to people, and no excuse for it nowadays. But as far as just be actually being a leader and doing it, like you learn from the people that were around you. And I mean, dude, our leadership, especially in Washington at Bangor, dude, like exceptional, man. Like, dude, the
yeah,
people, or dude, like Captain Smith, dude, like, holy shit,
Tijuana,
dude.
Tijuana
I,
tear.
dude, yeah, dude, and dude, not only him, but like Gunny Finney, man, dude, there was like some of the things with him, like just everybody along the way that just ultimately they tell you what to do, you learn from them, and it sets a standard for this and that, and just great leaders, man. And like I said,
What do you
Everybody's got their
what like what leadership saying or principle did you like obtain that you still live by?
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I
It
would,
is.
yeah. I mean, that everybody, yeah. Um, I don't know, man. I would always just try to let people be themselves, like because me, like I had a job to do, and that's the way I was always about it. And when I was doing that job, I wanted to just do at least to do it the best way that I could. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I know this is you go your gay boy whatever, but like dude, it came down to like dude when we were standing damn 60 pits, dude, I always had my Kevlar on. If the person on post with me didn't have it on, I don't give a shit. I mean, dude, me and Greg Harris got caught fighting each other on 7-2 and
Yeah.
had to do the run from hell from 7-2 back to the Wisif in gas masks in full gear because they watched us on the video cameras from the HERF.
Wasn't that the one where
That's the one when dude
no no no
he wouldn't stop like sicking into my neck, and we
no no
had one
no
of those
not
giant
was
squirt bottles of CLP. And dude, I picked it up and I told him, I was like, dude, if you attack me one more time, I'm going to fucking squirt you with this. And he was like, I'm gonna get you. And I was like, I'm gonna squirt you with this. And dude, he came after me, dude, and I think I got him like 5 or 6 times, dude, and I soaked the front of his interceptor. And remember how that what happens if that shit gets on your dude? It stains, and I remember, dude, it left those stains for the rest of the time we were there because I sat back and dude, he would grab my back and he'd be like, oh, "It's time to go to the rodeo," and he would grab that. I'd be like, "Just leave me alone," and he would whip me around, dude, and it's like just the terror, like, ah, you know,
that's a
and I
funny
just,
dude right there. He's a funny
but
dude.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but I don't know, man.
Yeah, dude. So you go to the fleet, man, and you learn all that stuff, and then what do you do in the fleet?
Uh, so when I got to regiment, I was the part of the PSD, the personal security detachment for the colonel and sergeant major of First Marine Regiment,
And what
and
time frame is this, dude? What time frame is this?
we left, and we were gone from September of 2010, and then they came back in August of 2011. I came back early because my appendix blew up while we were over there.
Dang.
So my appendix ruptured. My appendix was on the verge of rupturing in country. So they did it old school style. They knocked me out. They cut my stomach open and removed it. And then after that, I was combat ineffective because I had an open wound. So, so after that, I remember I was recovering. So I was just always like sitting around and, with our guys, we were always on the road. We were vehicle mounted. So they were gone, we go out for, a week or so and then come back for a few days and then go back out. So they were coming and going. And then one day, Gunny Keller comes in and he's like, "Hey, would you be interested in going back early?" And I was like, I don't particularly want to go back. And he's like, "Okay, cool. So you want to go back early?" And I was like, "Oh, okay, sure, I guess." And I came back, and they immediately sent me to work for the FRO, the Family Readiness Officer, because I had to have a cushy job because I was still on recovery from my stomach. And so they put me with the Family Readiness Officer, and basically I would sit around all day, and if the families needed like a bed, a dresser, or stuff like to live by, we had a warehouse, and me and this other Marine, this guy Woods, we would let these families come, and they could take, beds, dressers, toys, whatever they're collected from other Marine families. And I did that. I mean, I got back uh in the beginning of July of 2011. Um and I was out by October. They were doing the VERP, the get out 3 to 4 months early. Dude, I got out. I
Yeah.
heard about that and I applied for that, and was pretty like every day I would go to admin and be like, "Hey, is this getting approved? Is this getting approved?" And shout out to Kyle Sanacor for actually we I was sitting down talking to him about it because I couldn't get it it like slowed down for like a week or so. And I went to admin one day, and they printed me out like an email thing or something, and it had to get approved by this like major, or yeah, this major like all the way in Washington or at Quantico. And Kyle was like, "Hey, look," and dude, that major's cell phone, like his the footer with all of his information was in the email, and he was like, "Yo, dude, that major's cell phone number is right there." And I was like, and Kyle Sanacor was like, "Dude, this is your future. So if you want to get out of the Marine Corps and you want to make it fast," he's like, "maybe you should just call the guy." And dude, I
Yeah.
called him. Dude, he was fucking he was so chill, and he knew exactly who I was. And he was like, "Hey," he's like, "Yeah," he's like, "I'm sorry." He's like, "I've been slacking, but," he's like, "I'll get it done here tomorrow." So dude, and the sure as shit, dude, it got done on that freaking Friday, and on Monday, October 17th, 2011, dude, I went down
Dude, like a couple days to be the anniversary.
for sure, man, and walked down, dude, and filed my stuff, and I got that golden ticket, buddy. I got that DD 214, and I was free.
Dude, what made you get out, man?
Um,
Or are you just over it?
I there was a group of guys that I lived with, and they had clawed and eared at me and convinced me to get out and go to college, and you can make over $2,000 a month going to college, and we can all get a house together. And I was like, cool, dude. I'll sure. And so I got out. I think if I would, I don't know. I've said if I would have stayed in, I maybe would have gone. I don't know, either would have stayed in infantry, or maybe I would have tried to go to SOI and be an SOI instructor. I think that would have been
Or
fun.
for sure, or
Few years.
computers like your dad.
Yeah, right. Computers.
Yeah, man. Um, all right, bro. What was it like you being gone on deployment for that long? Looking back at it now. Looking back at it now, do you think that how has that affected your how has that affected your life now?
Um,
Because it's not like you were just sitting
I
there,
think
you just
when you think back, like, yeah, I mean, every day, we went out, and well, one time we did hit an IED, and that shit was pretty scary, especially dude, going over there, and you know, I had already gone through with what happened with you, because I was back. I hadn't even left for deployment. I was still building up when I got the news about you. So it's like, you know, dude,
what was that like, dude?
that was I'm pretty sure I was sitting there watching a World Cup soccer match game, and I was
Because the
in
World
the
Cup was going on, dude. The World Cup was
yeah,
going
it
on.
was the World Cup soccer cup. It was a World Cup match, and I was sitting there, and I was in the first apartment that Craig had in San Clemente, dude. This nice little lofty apartment, and I was the only one there. Everybody else, I think everybody was off and doing Mojave Viper and other training. And I'm sitting there, and dude, Calvin Nash called me, and Calvin Nash was like, "Hey, dude, have you heard any news on Julian?" Dude, I sat up, and I'm like, "Dude, what are you talking about right now?" And he's like, "Dude," he's like, "I guess something happened to him over there." And I was like, "Oh, and I had Ashley's," and I was like, "Okay." Hung up with him, and I had Ashley's phone number, dude. And I remember I called Ashley, and she answered, and I remember immediately, dude. and it's hard for me not to get emotional right now. But dude, I just said to her, I was like, please just tell me that he's okay. And she, the best she could, told me that you were still, alive and kicking. And I mean, I I broke down. Um, that dude, that shit, and then dude, and then that time when you came and visited me at Horno, and you had JJ, dude, like, dude, I mean, that was equally as
When we had tacos.
hard. Yeah, dude, I think that was hard, bro.
How come, Dad? Why was it so hard?
Just because that was the first time, like, seeing you.
2.0.
Yeah, dude, that was like, dude, that was so hard.
It was a lifetime ago, man.
I know, man.
You know what I mean? Like I think about stuff like that, dude. Like, dude, like we were so like
Well, I just think, like, dude, like when we went from PFTs, like, dude, me and you were always, it was always me and you, dude. And it, like, I just think, I know it's like stupid and whatever, crazy, like, oh, running with your legs and shit. But it's like, that's just a part of you
bro,
that, I don't
bro,
know.
dude, like I remember even now, dude, I remember looking down at my legs and just like marveling at the way that the muscles would contract and like,
Yeah.
and kind of like a locomotive, you know what I mean? Like they were just like I remember just looking at my shadow and being like, oh, that's so badass, dude. The mechanics of the body, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Did you were you like after like when did you know that I was gonna be okay?
Fuck, dude.
Like when did you know you're like, all right, that dude's good. He's okay.
It took a little bit of time. Because I mean, dude, that was so fresh. Like, I remember. I'm pretty sure she told me that you were okay at the moment, but you were just like in and out of it. And I think you were in transport.
It was real touch and go, bro, for a long time.
Yeah, and I remember, dude, from what you've told me, like since then, like how many times, like the way you bled out, you should have technically been fucking, but you fuck, goddamn, putting them out
Let
there,
go.
fucking,
Okay, okay,
God,
let's go.
hey, hey, dude, this is only
Yeah,
peach, this is only peach tea, but dude, I
I'll
throw
drink
it
my
up,
spark.
and you
I'll drink my
fucking,
sparkling water, dude.
you, you're a special guy, dude. You mean a lot to a lot of people, and the fact that you've been able to take your platform and just do what you do, man. You know what's crazy is dude, we just, like, I don't know, man. It's kind of going off, but dude, think about how long.
Send it,
Just
dude. Send
think
it.
about it, man. About how long, dude, me and you we just continued, like, since we became friends, dude. It's every day or every other day. We at the most we maybe go a week if we're on vacation or doing something personal with our family. But outside of
Yeah,
that, dude, me and you probably what we talk like every fucking day.
yeah, dude. About every day, dude. About
Yeah,
every day. You could probably average it out, dude, because there's multiple times in one day. You know what I mean? So it's like, if
and
we break it all
95%
apart,
of it, and 95% of it is talking shit.
yeah, bro. It's
Dude,
like
just ragging the
well,
shit out of each other.
the other day, Ashley was saying, and we were talking about our kids and
Oh,
how we really try to like raise them not to like beat up on each other verbally. And she goes,
yeah.
none of our friends do that. None of our friends or none of our family members do that stuff. And I was like, there's only one dude
Yeah.
since the dawn of time, dude. He was able to get away with that shit. And I don't know why. I mean, we would say some hurtful things to each other, dude.
Oh, dude, we say the worst shit to each
And
other.
it's like, you know, it's never been
It's never
it's
personal.
I mean, and this was like I don't remember the time where I was like I don't even remember a time where I was like, I don't know this guy, he's not my friend. Like, why is he talking? Like, no.
Yeah.
Like from the jump, dude, I remember being like, what's up, dog?
Dude,
You know what I mean?
there's even been times when you've been like, okay, no, dude, that subject is off limits. And it's like, oh, it's off limits. So it's off limits.
Really?
So
Really?
I can still
Really?
talk about it. So
Yeah. And
I
it's just
can still, I'll
like you're an
push you
asshole, dude. Like, yeah, you're an asshole. You know what I mean?
for sure.
But like, you know, for as hard as it was for you to see me, it was like rejuvenating for me to see you. You know what I mean? Like you gave
Yeah.
me like you gave me strength, dude. You know what I mean? Like I remember like Kyle Sanacor one time, he came down to San Diego to visit with me. You maybe being with him, dude. And I think, yeah, I think you were there too. Like we were wrestling, and we're just like, yo, bro, let me see if you could wrestle still. And I was like, yeah, dog. I mean, we can still get it, you know. And it was like super awkward, dude, but like it was fine. You know what I mean? Like it was like, and I think that like in some weird way, dude, like you guys needed to know that I was okay.
For dude, for
You,
sure.
you know what I mean? Like I wasn't no like I wasn't gone. You know, like the spirit, the essence, the Julian that you remember wasn't gone. You know what I mean? And
Well,
I was like,
it was like, so the night that you came and picked me up and we went and did tacos, like, remember that's, dude, that was my first time, JJ, the
yeah,
hardest around. And like,
yeah,
dude, we went to tacos, dude. And, I got to, sit there with you, you held him, Ashley held him, I held him. Like, dude, that was a great night. It's like, it was a good, but a good and a bad, painful, all in the same. Cause like, dude, you were a different person, man. And
yeah,
I remember you told me, you were telling me like how much from one each one, like how much weight had come from like when you had lost those limbs. Like one was one and one was the other, and I was just like, geez, dude. And then you told me about the body breakdown, like for limbs and finger. Like if you lose a finger, you get this much. If you lose this, you get this much. And I'm just like, dude, they put fucking price tags on our body parts, dude.
yeah. But dude, like that's not even enough, dude.
No, it's never. No, absolutely never. And that's why,
You
you know
know,
what? That hold on, but that's one of the great things. Because, and I've told you this before, and it's going to be on record now, dude. What you have been able to get, dude, is what every single, like, if you served and, dude, you lost part of yourself to that. You lose an arm, you lose your legs. Like, dude, you should get, dude. You got a house, you got a car, like
yeah. I didn't get a
all the
car. I got a house,
they,
dude. And
they decked that. Remember that Durango that they decked out for
yeah,
you? Whatever that stuff like that, dude. They should do that for everybody, man.
for
For
sure, for sure.
everybody.
You get, and I think the VA, like, I mean, the VA does its best. You know what I mean? But like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, I don't think. I think there's definitely room for improvement.
for
But
sure.
like, you
I
know,
mean, dude, like you talk, like your battle for your fits, for your legs, man. Like, dude, that should never ever be a battle, dude. That should never ever be a battle, dude. We broke bread with that one guy, and you told me about
yeah,
him and his work, dude. When you told me whatever, dude, and they like that they were gonna let that guy fucking walk, man, or whatever. Like, no, they should have pulled out the checkbook and been like, dude, we'll give you whatever you need to stay. Because, dude, that guy and that guy's work made people happy. And when you took me to his house to meet him because that's how much you loved and respected that guy and his work. Like, that's
yeah,
how much I know. And it's like the fact that you would let somebody like that walk away, like,
yeah, bro.
it,
And I think that's like the like just the. I think that's what the problem is across the board. is that
Yeah,
like is that like um people matter, bro.
for sure, for sure. And I, I
Like, you know what I mean?
know
Like people matter, dude, and like they're people should be over money all the time.
for sure.
You know what I mean? And
especially,
I think that
especially with like for the something like the VA, like dude, the money that it takes to for anything to happen to help out, like that should never ever be an issue. And especially like we the shutdown was averted, but like, dude, the fact that like they could ever there could ever be a time where active service members could not get fucking paid. Like what the dude? What
dude,
the fuck?
it's crazy, man.
They just don't. It doesn't make any sense, man. Like it doesn't matter if if you're sitting in an office punching, on a keypad, or you're a combat engineer, or a grunt, or a food service specialist, water purification. If you're serving your country, like because a group of people can't get their shit together and agree, like, hey, we should at least just make sure our troops get paid. And again, it happened and it was averted. But like the fact that it could ever even come close, like to the final hour making a deal, like, dude, that's
That's
horseshit.
drama. That's drama, dude.
Yeah, I know, but
You know what I mean? Like it's just
that shit.
what do you do, dude? Like so what do you do like for your peace of mind, man? Like, you know what I mean? Like what do you tell yourself when like things are going crazy like that and like the perceived injustices of the VA and of politics and I mean, dude, you know what I mean? Like,
Well, politics, dude, politics, man. It's a select few because that stuff can ruin relationships, and I just try not to get into it that much. um as far as the VA, dude, I just recently got back into it. um I need some help. There's some things that, you know mental health wise, that I'm going back for, and for my health in general. um and
dude,
I'm
I
going
just got
back.
done doing therapy, man. Well,
Yeah, I'm about to do
I'm not done doing therapy, but I did an evolution of therapy. I just finished that.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm about to do
Do you know what
5.
kind of do you know what kind of therapy it is?
Yeah, so it's going to be five 30-minute sessions, and it's going to straight up, dude, emotional regulation, man.
That's what's up, dude.
Emotional regulation. I would just want to say, dude, that growing up, just whatever it is, I don't know what made it or created it, dude. I have always struggled with emotions, my own, with my own, and with other people's, and
Yeah.
I want to figure it out, you know. Uh, just, it's as a 36-year-old man, I got to figure shit out. I got the rest of my life ahead of me, and I just want to start making better choices, uh and mentally, it's just time to like just time to come clean, and I guess talk to somebody. And because
Dude,
I'll admit, for a lot of years, dude, because uh I've done a few programs, but it's like I'm always like, I'm kind of candid. I've never fully like let loose on the stuff, like everything that I should like let loose and talk about. So that's what this is going to finally be about, is like, it's just going to be, I told the lady, I was like, bleh, I'm just going to dump on you, man, and help me, please.
yeah.
So, you know,
I
because
think that's legit.
I always benefit, man. Like when I do talk to people, like when I'm talking to my boys, I'll always be like, dude, I'm gonna tell you something, man, and just like, if I'm wrong, dude, if you think if I'm wrong, I'll just straight up be like, dude, just tell me straight up, like, just tell me I'm fucking wrong, and then and then they give me their perspective, and they'll tell me like, I think you're wrong about this and this, but right about this, and from there you reflect on all that,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna take advantage of what I can, and I'm gonna sit down with this lady and just talk, dude. Have a professional tell me what I can do to help regulate. And I've been doing a lot. I back when I had the YouTube, because with you, because of that, I kind of switched over to doing a lot of YouTube, and I've watched a lot of emotional regulation videos on YouTube and stuff like that too, and like ways that you think about situations. And another thing is this inside here, the
What?
way you
What's
talk,
this?
the way you talk to yourself, because man, all because I've been through this and I've been through that, and so it's always like fucking you know.
Yeah, yeah,
And I have to learn. I just have to learn to be like, oh, fuck this up, man. But hey, get it together, man. Get it together, man. You know,
yeah, yeah,
so,
yeah, yeah.
and instead of just you
Yeah.
did it again, you did it again. So just
You're over it.
do we're
You're
all
over it.
we're human, man. We're human. When we have flaws, we have emotions,
Maybe,
and
maybe you have flaws, but I don't. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby.
remember that I'm gonna give you the old Randy the Ram.
Dude, dude, that's like if because I've done a lot of therapy, dude. When I was a kid, my parents divorced, dude, and so I was,
We've talked, yeah. I'm the
you know what I
same.
mean? Yeah, 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 dude. My parents divorced, dude, and like my brother was real reclusive. My sister, she acted out in the streets, and I was just, I was violent, dude. You know what I mean? So they were like, "Nah, dude, this dude's gonna be a menace to society, dude. Like, we gotta ring him in." And
Yeah.
so, they did, dude. So I was in therapy from like elementary school all the way to senior year, dude, and then now all of my, I think I've done 3 or 4 different like 12-week bouts of counseling, but this one was the toughest, dude. It was called cognitive processing therapy, and dude, like it was a lot of work, man. It was putting a lot of things on trial and a lot of things on Front Street that weren't the nicest or the wasn't the easiest to really admit to, but I was with you, man. Dude, you know what I mean? Talking smack to myself and doing all that stuff. Of course, everybody does this stuff, man. But I think we may have a little tendency to do it a little bit more
Yeah.
aggressive. You know what I mean? So,
Well,
um,
I mean, through what we've been through, you kind of you set a higher standard for yourself, you
mhm.
know. So it's like you're harder on yourself, and because and like the biggest thing was like in college, dude. The way I treated college, dude, I was so regimented. Like, dude, and I burned through it, and I treated it like it was a job, man. And it was like I had to go, I had to be there from the time it opened till the time it closed. Study, 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 study. Put it, this and that, being regimented, and I don't know, man. Kind of off the rails there.
No, dude. No, I mean, like it's true, dude. I mean, like you kind of you change one mission, counterinsurgency,
Yeah,
for school, and I think that like that's just who you are, man. Like if and because I'm saying that because it's relatable to myself. You know what I mean? That like
yeah,
I could. There's been times where I traded one mission for another, and it just go 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 go, and before you realize it, dude, you're like, what am I doing here? Or that mission's complete, and there's not a follow up mission, and
yeah.
you're like, now what? You know,
It's just striving to be. I don't know, striving to be the best I can be,
and I think you're doing a
and
good job, bro.
well, I appreciate it. I mean,
I think
I
I
certainly,
think
I try. I'm not, I'm not perfect by any means, man. I have just as many problems and burdens that weigh me down as the other, guy. Trying to work through them, just be be honest, man.
And I'm proud of you, bro.
I
For
appreciate
real,
it.
man. For real, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think there's few dudes
I'm
that,
trying to get into that damn BJJ.
oh, dude,
Those
I'm
people need to
waiting.
answer by email, man.
I reached out to him, dude. So, and I'm waiting on a response back.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, dude. So, dude, like that's been huge for me, man. That's been huge for me. Um,
Let me ask you a question.
send it.
Do you feel like with your platform, what you've been able to accomplish, are you happy with what you've been able to accomplish, or like is the goal like you just want to keep blowing up, man, blowing and blowing and blowing up,
Uh,
help people?
um, hmm.
So first and foremost, are you happy that you
Yeah,
get to interview your boys, you get to talk to people that mean the
something,
most to you,
something to me.
mean
Yeah,
a
for
lot to
sure,
you? Yeah,
for sure, for sure. Like my dream would be like if I can do this, if I could, if I could pay a bill, like a real life bill with this podcast. That's my goal, dude. That's my
keep
goal.
the lights on, baby. Keep them
Yeah,
lights on.
yeah, dude. You know what I mean? Like I think, and at the end of the day, dude, like I think that there's so many dudes and dudettes that like go through what we go through, dude, but like they think they're doing it alone. That they think that like this is all happening to them. That that life has plucked them out of the crowd and was like, I'm gonna fuck you. And it's like, no, no, don't be silly. Like, don't flatter yourself. You're not that good. You know what I mean? Like, don't flatter yourself. You're not that big of a piece of shit. Like, don't put yourself on that pedestal because you're not that. Nobody is. You know what I mean? And if we could have these conversations where it's just two dudes joking around, but inadvertently diving in and diving out of like real serious topics like this, then dude, I think that's invaluable, man. I think that, um and I don't think that the market's saturated, dude, because the people that find me and listen to me and like subscribe to me, like they're with the Coffee with Julian tribe. You know what I mean? And like, if you want to be Jocko tribe, you be with Jocko tribe. If you want to be with, there's something for everyone, dude. And who cares how many times this message is said? Like, as long as it's said and it's heard, who cares who gets credit? You know what I
For
mean?
sure.
Like, and I think at the end of the day, um, we're all just taking each other home, dog. Like, that's it, bro. Like, none of us escaped this place alive. None of us do.
Hey, I am my brother's keeper.
Exactly, right? Exactly. And so, if I could, while my time's here, man, if I could help somebody out, deal me in, dog, because I'm all about it, baby. Um, and I'm trying to do it all, man. You know what I mean? And not compromise my family time, not compromise none of that stuff, dude. My health, you know what I mean? I don't think that there needs to be a grinding mentality. I don't think I need to judge my worth based off or judge my value based off of what kind of results I produce. You know what I mean? I don't think that's real. You know what I mean? I think that what my value is just, who I am on a day-to-day basis to myself.
Who you are and the help that you provide a lot of people, for sure.
You know what I mean? So it's just like, so yeah, man, I
You're always an open ear. That's what you're. I mean, yeah,
for sure. And dude, secretly, dude, like I love just bumping my gums, dog. You know what I mean? Dude, there
yeah.
wasn't a there wasn't a parent teacher
Got to
conference
get
where there was
cranked up, dog.
dude, there wasn't a parent teacher conference where they were like, Julian doesn't talk at all. You know?
Yeah, man, I'm
Dude,
with you.
and
Dude,
I used to sneak in and like in the hallway and watch my parents do watch David Letterman and Jay Leno and you just be completely amazed that this dude gets to sit down with this guy or gal and just have a conversation, make people laugh. And that's what he does. He just talks to people. You know what I mean? Like, how awesome would that be to be fucking bumping your gums? That's all you do for a living. What do you do for a living? I just talk to people, dude,
Talk to
and I
people. Sit.
listen. You know? So, and then, dude, like at the end of the day, like I do want to get bigger. You know what I mean? Like I reached out to this company for potentially buying some shirts in bulk, um, and just greasing the wheels, man. And a lot of it has to do with like getting out of my own way and saying that like I can do this, and like you know
You
what I
can do
mean?
it. Yep.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And just closed mouths don't get fed.
For
You know what
sure,
I
man.
mean? So it's like asking people for help. You know what I mean? Like, hey, man, I need help doing this. Like, this is who I am, and like this is what I stand for. Like, can we be partners? Can I just buy something, regardless if we're partners or not? Like, I still believe in people's. I believe in people over fucking money, dude. Any fucking day of the week. And so if I go to a company who I believe in their values and everything like that, then
Yeah.
and you
There's
know what I
really
mean,
a
then like
mm-hmm.
yeah, you know what I mean, like I'm just sick of like people like oh, we can't eat this because it's poisonous for us, or we can't eat that because it's poisonous for us, or we can't eat this or can't do this. And it's like, well, how about companies stop making shit fucking poisonous? How about
Yeah.
that? You know what I
It,
mean? Like it's not
yeah.
it's not
It's
it's not
cheaper
me. It's
cheaper
not
to eat
me.
like shit nowadays than it is to eat healthy.
You know what I mean? Yeah, dude. So it's just like, like, why does it have to be me? Why does it have to be my fault? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, how about the companies stop fucking doing this shit? So
Put out, yeah, something, that's actually of worth putting out instead of
yeah.
speeding it out full of shit.
So yeah, man. So I am
I can't wait to crack into these bags of chips.
you know what I mean? So but yeah, dog. So it's like yeah, I do have plans to get bigger. I want to get bigger. But every year I'm always like, dude, I'm gonna shut this bitch down. I'm done. I
You
can't do
can't
it.
you can't stop, man. Shit,
Dude,
if we got to just do hundreds, dude, if it's just me and you for like thousands of episodes,
that's
fuck
what
it,
it
man.
is.
Fuck it, dude.
Dude, I
You
want
know what I'll do? If so, we can be like everybody else. I'll like pull out my iPad and I'll like set it over here. And I'll be like, oh, I just want to watch this clip real quick. And we can just watch it like this.
yeah, bro. We'll do it, man. We'll do it.
Do whatever we got
Like,
to do.
because at the end of the day, like, like I just wanna no, I just wanna have fun, man. And if I can earn if I can pay a bill, like a real life bill, dude, with this, that'd be amazing. That'd be
Yeah.
amazing, dude. So if you want to support the podcast, now's your chance to go to Patreon and and contribute $1 or $2.
Go to Patreon and increase your whatever you're doing.
Well,
Increase
dude,
it.
no, dude,
Think
let's get some new people on, dude, because the people that have been there, like you from the beginning, Virginia from the beginning, you know what I mean? Like you guys are
Mama.
all like you
Well,
guys believe
we need.
like you guys believe in me, man, and like that means so much to me,
Well, dude. So
and let me
you
just
know what's
finish
a
real
good.
quick.
Okay.
Let me
Okay.
just finish
Sorry.
this real
Sorry.
quick. Let me just finish this
Okay.
real quick. And I used to be afraid of failing, and and this goes for everybody. What I'm about to say is for everybody, dude. Is like if you realize the people around you who really, really love you and who really just want the best for you and the best, um, and you will realize that when you can't walk, when you can't do it no more, or like you're stumbling, like they'll carry you. They'll carry the load. You know what I mean? Not forever, but they'll give you a couple steps, man. They'll give you a boost. And so if I take that analogy and I do that and I believe in that, then like, and then I do my best in return, then how can I ever fail? So the idea of failing is just there isn't that's that's just indifferent now, dude. That's not real.
I'm
So it's
with you.
like, so it's just like, well, if I can't fail, then what can I do? and then you realize that their failure is the only time you fail is like when you're dead because you can't try anymore. Even if like you had to take a couple years off and you get back on the horse and you do it again, like that's all part of the process. That's a part of the muse, right? Like, what I mean? That's the ether. That's the elixir. You know what I mean? That's what's sitting in the abyss that you can't really measure is, your ability to do something and walk around fearless. And the only thing that conquers fear is love. And the love that I receive from you, man, your mom, and all the other patrons that are there, man, that breathe life into my fire, man.
Well, do we do it? And I'm pretty sure I speak for everybody, but we all do it because you've had an impact on our lives, and we fucking love you, man.
So,
Like, I mean, dude, think about it. We, I mean, we met at the beginning in Washington, dude. I've known you since 2007.
2007, dog.
It's been over.
July,
It's
July,
been,
July 2007.
yeah, it's been over 10 years for us, man. I mean, it's been and what do we always to the last breath in my chest, to the last beat in my heart, man. Till we're 6 feet deep, bro.
And even then, you can't get
Till
rid of
the
that.
till the ship goes down,
In this life and the next, dude.
for sure. And on and on
Well,
and on.
dude, so we're gonna have to get you come back on, dude. Tell us how your counseling went. Tell us what's new, what's good.
For
You have
sure,
any
man.
closing? You have any closing thoughts? Have any saved rounds, dude? Any
Yeah.
any, any alibis?
Yeah. Thanks for having me on, man. I appreciate it. And I just want to say to the people that'll eventually end up watching this and listening to this, for those of you that I know, um, uh, some of you like me, some of you hate me, man. I just wanted to let you know I love each and every one of you. I'm glad. If I knew you from back in the day, especially from Banger and all that, I hope all of you guys are thriving and surviving and doing the best you can to look out for yourselves. And hopefully the past, can be bygones. If I was an asshole, as I told some of the guys a few years ago that I saw, we were kids, man, and it was a job, and I was just trying to do my job. And I love every one of you guys, and I just wish everybody out there success. And um, it's just you got to just try. Success is just trying, and I love all you guys. Um, I love my kids. I love you. I love your family, man. I've known you for forever and a day and forever and ever, man.
Yeah,
And this is
baby.
just off the rails episode number 1
Yeah,
is
dude.
in the books,
Let's
man.
do it. Let's do it, dude. I'll do it. I'll do it.
I'm
I
down,
like that,
dude.
dude. What was it called, dude? What was I gonna say in the beginning? I forget. But I like the off the rails number one, kind of
Off the rail,
everywhere.
off the rails
Yeah,
number 1.
episode one, off the rails, baby. It's exciting, man. So we'll have you on a regular guest, dude. But before we leave, I have one special request. One special request. I don't know, man, dude. We're about 20 days away from roughly, give or take, from Halloween. As a departing gift to our listeners, dude, could you tell us a ghost story? One of your famous ghost stories, dude.
So I'll let me ask. You want to hear my mom's is kind of like a short and quick, or do you want to hear the Greg Harris?
Whatever one, dude. Do
I'll
whichever
tell. I'll
one,
tell.
man.
I was gonna say my mom's
Well,
for the hall. I'll tell you my
dude,
mom's.
dude, do them both. Shit,
All right. Okay. So my
we can't do
mom's,
this.
my mom and them, upstate New York, little town called Glens Falls, was once voted small town USA by Life magazine. Mind you, small town,
Google it.
but
Google it.
little 2-story, built in the early 1900s. Anyways, so my mom and my aunt shared a room upstairs, and Dude, one night my mom woke up, and in the doorway of the room was just a white shadowy figure just standing there looking at her, and she's just like looking at it, and she said something to the effect of
Get the hell
Jean,
out of here.
no, my aunt Jean, I think, shared the room with her, or was in the room across the hall, but she said, Jean, this isn't funny, it's not a joke, and it still just stood there staring at her. And then my mom was still like looking at it and was like, Gene, this isn't funny. This isn't a joke. And dude, then it just disappeared.
No.
That's what she's told me. Yeah.
Did did she say was it male or female?
It was just it was some
It
sort of
was
shadowy white figure. And she had another story. I think my aunt, my older aunt, my aunt Beth, like basically had the same thing. I think she was in one of the rooms across the hall and like woke up one night and there was a white shadowy figure and fucking, what are you doing in here? And just it would just disappear, dude. It would just
it
poof
was one of
away.
them it was one of them peeping Tom ghost hunts.
Like scary movie, man. Um and then so for the listeners, since a bunch of them know the other person in the story, so I alluded to earlier about the 7-2 getting caught on camera fighting incident, right? Well, so we get off 7-2, we had to run all the way back to the WISF in gas masks and full gear, and we had a time limit or whatever, and so we made it back. And then Kelly was our team leader at the time, and it was Kelly, me, Greg, uh, Henson was on the team, and then there was one other person, but I don't remember who it was. But so that night, you know, Kelly wanted to take us out to that abandoned house where that grave is, and so me and he's like, oh, well, what we're gonna do is you're gonna clear around the house and meet us around this other edge. So we go through, and you had to get through that wall of brush to even get to that abandoned house. And so then we get there, and Kelly's like, oh, we're gonna go this way. You're gonna clear around and meet us around. And dude, so we start to walk, and dude, and it's pitch black, dude, and we're just
So you mean clear out, like your guns are up, you're pretending to like
yeah,
engage with the enemies.
we're
Yeah,
pretending
okay.
like we're moving around because there was like a door and windows, and we were prying them off, and they were watching, and so we cleared the small side of the house, and then we turned to go down the long side, and we're just walking, checking, and then just out of nowhere you just hear this like almost like the predator click, the when the predator's up in the trees, that like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
dude, we're sitting there, dude, and we hear that, and it's just going and going and going. And dude, we both, I remember he was a little bit in front of me, and I remember we both just froze in our tracks. And the dude, it just, the feeling, I can only imagine. If I felt it, I'm sure it's what he felt, because he the same exact thing. But we both, I remember, dude, I just froze hearing this, like,
Yeah.
and dude, Greg goes, dude, did you? And I said, yes, I heard that. Let's get the fuck out of here. And dude, we both just like started running. And dude, Kelly and them were all sitting around the corner, like waiting us to, and we just come running, and they're, oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? And we were like, dude, there was something back there that just made this like predator clicking noise. And he's like, oh, I don't care. Get back there and do the training the right way. And so, yeah, we went back and we did it very quickly. And then we got the fuck out of there.
That was probably some kind of barn owl, dog.
Whatever it was, dude, it was the middle of the night, dude, and it was scary as shit. So
That's intense, dude. That's
you did.
intense, dude. Dude, well, I appreciate the story, sir. And thank you for getting us in the Halloween spirit. And
Halloween
well,
special coming soon, baby.
coming soon, baby.
Halloween
But
special coming soon.
but yeah, man. So thanks for your time, brother. I just want to take this moment, dude. If you ain't got
Oh,
nothing to add, dude. But
I love you, bro.
uh,
I'm about trying not
yeah,
to
later,
piss my
dog.
pants
You be good.
right now.
All right, man. All right,
I
dog. You
love
be
you,
good,
bro.
man.
Hey, I'll see you, man. I love you, bro. Off the rails
Okay,
too, and the Halloween special will be coming
later, brother. Peace.
later, bro.